So I recently won a game against the top ranked player on ladder, and guess what they were playing? Yep, it's Thanos. You can nerf this guy ad infinitum. He's still one of the best cards in the game, oddly. I don't think he's that powerful right now, but like, it probably shows you how good Thanos was, that it's still a very playable archetype, even after eating some huge nerfs, like the Time Stone only costing Thanos less. This is effectively now 1 mana, 1/1 draw a card, which is still, you know, playable. That's basically what Space Stone was, and now that it has some good upside when you can play Thanos out quickly. And the Mind Stone being reduced to 2, increased to 2, it's still a great card, but it's obviously a lot weaker. So yeah, I mean, Thanos, he suffered a million nerfs. I don't know what, this card is just fundamentally powerful. And at some point I want them to stop nerfing him. He's no longer a Meta Tyrant. Most people aren't even playing him, but he's sort of flying under the radar. And what my opponent was playing was a Corvus Glaive build that runs Hela. So this card lets you ramp. It's pretty good with big dudes like Blob and Thanos, which always starts in your hand, so you can discard him now and you can Hela him back. Let me find that card for you. Yeah, Hela re-resurrects your discarded cards. You just put Corvus Glaive in your deck. You discard 2 cards. And you can ramp out stuff early and you can Hela it back. Now, I did not have success with that version. Obviously the number 1 ranked player, there must be something to it. I couldn't access their deck list though, because this game doesn't have a chat function. I couldn't just ask Crazy after the game, you know, what's your list? I want to make a video. So instead of that, I've actually been having reasonable success with a Scar version, because guess which card people are not playing? They're not playing Mobius, because Thanos isn't oppressing the meta with Mockingbird anymore. So, because Mobius is less seen, Mockingbird is obviously way better. You were playing against Mobius. But I'm thinking, want to go back to Scar. Crossbone was recently buffed. It's more comparable to Cull Obsidian now, so you have 2 4s that can discount your Scar. You have Devil Dinosaur to discount it. I think Vision is probably too good not to play, even if it has the synergies. I really want to fit the damn it, what is it called? The Professor X package into this deck again, because I really like that package, but I don't know if the cards surrounding it are powerful enough to support it anymore. Because you had so much tempo with the old Thanos stones and the Mockingbird, and Thanos not starting your hand, so you're more likely to draw the stones. So I feel like Vision is the play for now. I'm not sure about Crossbone's Devil Dinosaur. These are, you know, my editions. I've only played a few games with this on ladder, but I've been able to hang in the top 300, so close to the top 200. So, you know, it is still very playable, and people are experimenting with this deck. They're trying out different things. They're trying out Cull Obsidian. I'm trying out Crossbones. We'll see what sort of becomes established. We'll see if they do a big rework for Thanos in the next patch. It's possible. But in the current state, this is still a playable card. This is still a playable archetype. You don't have to, you know, despair that you've got a Thanos. So, some honorable mentions. I could see playing a Red Hulk, because that's currently all the rage. This guy grows if your opponent doesn't spend energy. But I'm still feeling like Blob is better. Even though Thanos starts in your hand, you can't eat the Thanos for a huge Blob. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's play a couple of games on the ladder. This is still relatively early in the season, so there's evidence that I'm problematically addicted to this game. Yeah, I've been spamming a lot of games today because, you know, I've had the time. And honestly, I was waiting for the Jeff because, you know, what's the point of playing a bad kitty deck if you don't have the Jeff? You know, you might as well wait a week. Yeah. Alright, so this hand is... The Thanos starting your hand is a huge downside. I mean, this is the card you were kind of not wanting to play. You wanted the blocks and not Thanos. So having him in your hand, it makes sense from a flavor's perspective. It's a good nerf, but it does make the card a lot worse. So here's the downside: you don't always get the stones. But we have a stone on turn 1. We get to draw, and we get a power stone here. I think I'm going to play it on cloning vats just so I can play something on turn 3. I currently don't have a turn 3 player. I want to spread out my power a bit so I can put Crossbones somewhere. Okay, Nebula is kind of irritating because I want to spread my power. I feel like I want to disable the Kamatage because the Nebula decks are mostly the Clog decks, and the Clog decks are good against us, especially if they can do Breach-wise. So putting off Kamatage, very important. I could see putting this over there, but I'm also tempted to just put it over the Asteroid. Well, I guess we'll be pulled to the Asteroid anyway. I'm tempted to spread power to make sure we can put a Crossstones down on turn 4 though. I don't want to snap here because this is probably a bad matchup. We're not very good against. That was a weird. We're not very good against these Clog decks. This is probably a Clog deck. I don't want to snap into a bad matchup. I mean, it's possible a snap was warranted. I'm tempted to just play the Crossbones here because we could Cull anywhere. Crossbones is like the worst version of Cull, and Mockingbird will be cheap no matter what. I mean, we're getting another Power Stone, so I mean, yeah, I think this is fine. This is a decent play. We'll just see what our opponent's playing as well. Crossbones is pulled here, of course. Okay, so they're playing some sort of Zoo deck. I think this might be the... Okay, no, I'm kind of lost. I was thinking it would have been the Dracula dump deck, where you just play a bunch of 1s, and then you play Dracula, and then you discard a 20 guaranteed. But it's not that, apparently. So I think we're going to just play Mockingbird here, just to get it for cheap. I mean, we're going to get a 1, cost 9. And then we're going to play Cull here. I mean, we could also play Cull somewhere else. And then we play Devil Dinosaur Mockingbird next turn. I think this is snappable. I'm not sure what they're doing. I mean, this is a good player, so they must have... I mean, this is the start of the season, so people are playing a lot of random stuff. It's possible this is some sort of Luke Cage deck gone wrong. Or it's a, oh, maybe it's a Shuri Sauron deck, yeah. They play Shuri and then they play the card that copies the Taskmaster, yeah. So then they're gonna play these big dumb idiots like Typhoid Mary with the 0 to turn off its land effect. But they're currently behind on curve. They want to be playing Shuri, and they're not doing that. So I think my opponent's probably gonna retreat, if I had to guess. I'm gonna play the Mocking. I'm not sure where they should put power, but Mockingbird here, Devil Dinosaur here is a safe bet-ish. I mean, they're gonna have to put power here. They're gonna have to put a lot of power here to win this lane. They're gonna have to put a lot of power here to win this lane. They're gonna have to put at least 5 power here to win this lane. So I don't think we're gonna lose. I think this is a pretty easy win. Yeah, GG. So yeah, that was a good draw though. We got... I mean, our opponent's draw is a bit anemic. It's clearly not what their deck's trying to do, but we managed to get like 20 power here, 20 power here, 23, 21, and this is going to be 3 plus 13, so 15 power. That's a lot of power. You can. This is part of why I like this build. Which I didn't really elucidate earlier. It's just we play Crossbows, we play Coward City, we play Scar. We got all this heavy hitting stuff, you know. And that's valuable. Especially in a metagame that's sort of unrefined and undefined in a way. Because there's a lot of Kitty, Angela stuff, but people haven't settled on the best build yet. There's some Hela stuff, but I don't know if that's a fad, because I don't know what happened with Hela. Somehow it's better now. I'm not sure why it's better. I've played it and it feels better, but I couldn't pinpoint exactly why. Maybe it's the fact that people have started cutting Black Knight, and when I played the deck and there wasn't a Black Knight, it just felt stronger. Maybe that's the innovation. Maybe it's the fact that Thanos was not so pleasant to match up when the deck had what's that? Why can I not remember this card? I hate playing against this card. I love playing with it though. It's the card that destroys our unrevealed cards. You know what I mean? So yeah, they stopped playing that, so I kind of remember that card to the knife of me. Alright, so here we could play Jeff here because we'll get the buff, but we want to draw off our cards. This Jeff card is so weirdly powerful. Because the fact that it can move is useful. That a 2/3 that could move would be a playable-ish card. Because like Nightcrawler sees play, and that's a 1/2 that moves, you know. But the fact that it also has... I feel like I want to play Time Stone. I mean, I could just ramp out a Thanos next turn. with Time Stone. I was just too busy oohing and ahhing over Jeff that I forgot to plan on my curve. So the reason we want to play Time Stone here with together with the Psylocke is that we get the double discount so we can play Thanos. Sorry, it is 12 AM for me. Well, later actually. So my mind is extremely focused. So they're playing some sort of Rocket Raccoon deck. This is kind of interesting. I mean, this card is it's good. I mean, it's a 1/5 as long as you know what your opponent's going to do. It's probably the best Guardian by far because the rate you're getting here is you're getting 1/5. You're getting like if you get the buff, you're getting the same buff on all Guardians, but this is the smallest body, so the buff is magnified. It's bigger in proportion to the rest of the card. I've spent so much time fawning over Jeff that I forgot to decide whether I wanted to snap. I don't know if I want to snap in this position though, mostly because Thanos is very Shang-Chi-able. They can play something bigger here. Shang-Chi-able, that's Crossbones is sort of showing its dark side here. It's very very punishing. I mean, Crossbones is occasionally a terrible card like here, because I have to play it in the Shuri's lab. If they have a Shang-Chi now, they win. But at least I can play a Space Stone and pull the Thanos out. And I think I want to play the Space Stone. Well, the Thanos is going to be very big if I play Reality Stone and Power Stone next turn. So I can put it over here and contest the Bishop. As long as they don't have a Shang-Chi here, I think we're in good shape. And they did not... Well, they have this huge kitty. Is this beatable? I actually watched the old X-Men movies, so now I know Kitty's an X-Man. X-Woman. X-Person. They should really rebrand. Do I want to play Cull here? Because I want to play both these rocks. They get to move first. They're going to play a Kitty here and win. They can probably... How big was that Kitty? It was pretty huge. If they have a Shang-Chi and a Kitty, that could be very awkward for us because they just Shang our Thanos lane, and then they Kitty this lane, and then we lose. I mean, I can play Reality Stone here. I mean, I'm curious to see what they have, so I might just stay for that reason. Okay, they snapped, so that's a good indicator that they're going to kill us. And it was, look, when your opponent snaps and it was a situation you were already feeling like you could lose, that's normally a good time to respect the snap. You don't always respect the snap, but when your opponent is demonstrating that they're confident, they might be bluffing, right? But it's strange for them to bluff from a position of strength. Like, we know they have a huge Kitty in hand. Even if they were bluffing, the odds that they just have the nuts and they kill me, the nuts being Shang-Chi, they know what we have more or less on the board. We're not going to add anything huge, so there's just a lot of reasons to retreat there. I'm being a bit conservative with my snaps. So I can see snapping here just because we have the Mind Stone into Mockingbird and we have a Jeff. The Jeff is actually not that valuable this game. And we could go into the island. I'm catching up on my X-Men movies. I mean, I watched them a long time ago, but I wonder if is this an X-Men location? It's like the only Marvel IP I care about. Heresy, I know. I mean, I like Thanos. He was cool. I suppose this is a Marvel IP, yeah. Is it? It's just a game. No, it isn't an IP. I feel like this is snappable. The question is, do you want to play Power Stone in the mid? I probably respected it, yeah. Because they had nothing to play. I mean, I kind of feel like I wanted to play Mind Stone. I could have snapped on the Mind Stone, and maybe I should have. But Thanos isn't what he used to be. If you have Mind Stone into Mockingbird, you don't automatically crush every game. There are games your opponent plays Hela or something, and then you're like, well, I don't have the interactive cards in my deck anymore because I'm trying to go bigger. It's possible. It would be hilarious to me if, like, the old Professor X version with, oh my god. What is that card called? Somebody in the comments should please yell at me. The card that destroys things. Not Annihilus. Jeez. I'm gonna look it up after this game. I'm gonna go into the collection. Alright. We have Castle Blackstone on turn 1. What can they play if they play Jeff? I feel like I'm gonna snap because they don't know that our hand is bad. So I feel like they should respect that and leave. Because coming back from losing a Castle Blackstone is very, very challenging. Yeah. So yeah, that is a good position to snap. Your opponent doesn't know what you have. You're representing a lot of strength. They don't know that we have nothing in our hand. They can expect us to like plop down a Cull over there and just completely crush them. So I'm actually proud of that snap. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I could have turn 1 snapped that, but like the thing about snapping there, our hand is bad. So the thing about snapping is you wanna decide one of two things. Are you snapping because you want them to get out of the game, or are you snapping because you want them to stay in the game and then milk them for more cubes? If it's the first one, you want to snap from a position where your opponent knows that you're strong, so that they leave. If it's the second one, you want to snap from a position where your opponent doesn't know that you're strong yet, but you're about to be strong. So they stay in the game, and then you show them strength, and they're like, crap, I have to stay in the game. Until at least the end point, at which point they can leave. So, yeah, I mean, different decks have different patterns. Like, a deck like Destroy is very incentivized to snap when it has a great hand, because you want the opponent to stay in when you have the good hands, so you compensate for the fact that sometimes you can have a shit hand, and you won't be able to do anything with it. So this hand is also mediocre. Thanos starting your hand is really painful in these games. Even though we've been doing pretty well, I think we've had a winning record. I think we've won every game. I can't remember. No, we retreated the one game. So yeah, now I get to play a Cull Obsidian. They have a... yeah, okay. Everyone is just rolling over and dying for me this video. I was thinking of re-recording because I forgot the dumb card's name. But since I've been winning so much at a relatively high rank, you know, yeah, it's been going well. So let me find this card. Oh my god. Alioth. See, I never would have guessed this. I've played this card a ton. I don't know why I forget. Anyway, we could maybe chuck an Alioth in here. It's probably a good place to end the video. We could maybe chuck an Alioth in here. But the fact is, nobody's playing Mobius. I really want to play the Scar. And these cards have been kind of performing well for us today. I mean, the Crossbones kind of screwed us the one time. So it's still a worse Cull. I could see Crossbones being cuttable again. And maybe moving back to a more traditional cell. But what I really wanted to do with the stack is play Crossbones, play Cull, discount the Scar, play the Scar with the Shang-Chi, play Devil Dinosaur, Cull Devil Dinosaur, discount the Scar. You know, maybe ramp out of the Psylocke, ramp out of the Blob, discount the Scar. It's like a pretty coherent linear game plan, and that's kind of what you want at the start of the season, when everyone's going to be doing their own nonsense. And it's hard to predict the metagame. Because people have forgotten that Destroy is very good, Nimrod is very good. People are remembering that Hela is good. But these decks are going to come back in force at some point, and then we want to start packing hate for them. But yeah, at the moment everyone is playing random nonsense, and you can just keep playing Thanos and just play big dudes. And it's been working at this rank, so I don't see why it shouldn't work at your rank. And it worked for the top rank 1 players, so you know, Thanos is like Lazarus, he just doesn't die. So I hope you enjoyed playing with the Cockroach card, and I hope you'll enjoy trying something similar, maybe testing your own build of Thanos, seeing how it works for you. And I think this time people have really... I overrated this change. I thought Thanos would be completely dead, and it turns out he's not. It turns out these Infinity Stones are just too good to give up on. And now that Thanos isn't the metagame anymore, I'm a hipster, so I'm enjoying him again. So yeah, I hope you liked, and I hope you'll continue coming back for more content, showing you some really good decks in the current metagame.